Okay, good day, folks. And today, what I'm going to show you is something for really for beginners, people who are starting out on the bass. I want to show you 3 ways of playing an arpeggio. Maybe you weren't aware of it, but there are, in fact, at least 3 ways of playing an arpeggio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with something that's relatively high up the fretboard so that you can get your fingers round it to start with. Okay. So what I'd like to do first of all is try with a C major arpeggio right up near the top of the neck. What we're going to do is we're going to play the arpeggio. We're going to play the root, the 3rd, the 5th, and the 7th. Okay, so this is one way of doing it. Here I have my 3rd finger on the 15th fret, 2nd finger on the 14th fret of the D string, 1st finger on the 12th fret of the G string, and 4th finger on the 16th fret of the G string. C, E, G, B. That's one way of playing it, right? Okay. Let's go to the next way of playing it. We're going to take our 2nd finger. We're going to start from the root note with our 2nd finger. We're going to play the same notes, but we're going to change our fingering. 2, 2nd finger for C, 1st finger for E. We're going to play the G up here on the 17th fret of the D string with our 4th finger, and we're going to play the B again on the 16th fret of the G string with our 3rd finger. Right? So that's another way of doing it. Okay. So far we've started from our 3rd finger and our 2nd finger. Now we're going to start from our 1st finger. Okay, so to play this, what we do is we go from our 1st finger, and then we're going to use our 4th finger to play right up on the 19th fret of the same string, the A string. We're going to play the G where we just did before on the 17th fret of the D string, and this time, and that's with our 2nd finger, and then this time with our 1st finger we're going to play the 16th fret of the G string. So now you've done this. Three ways of playing the same arpeggio. You might be asking, well, what's the point in that? Well, there's a hell of a lot of point to it, because once you know those shapes, you can take them anywhere on the neck. And then you can start to link them. And then you can start to see how this could really help you when it comes to improvising. And it also really helps you to get a grounding of the whole fretboard. And that's what this is really all about. So that's today's little tip. And there is a full lesson about this which goes into all the other arpeggio shapes as well. Minor, I cover minor. All the main chord types in a chord scale are covered with the 3 different ways of playing them, and you could get that at my website. As a subscriber, you can get that full lesson with full tabs, and that is part of a book that I'm writing on how to master the fretboard. Okay, so I hope that's very useful to you. My last point is do not forget that these shapes can translate anywhere on the fretboard. You know, it doesn't have to be from the 15th fret of the A string. You know, you can play the C major from the 8th fret of the E string, or you can play the C major from the 3rd fret of the A string too. Of course, it's a big stretch, but once you get used to it, once you recognize the shape, it means that you ultimately become more confident on your instrument as to where you are and what notes you're playing. So that's it for today. There's not really much to talk about in terms of right hand technique for that. This is really more an exercise of how to get to know the fretboard better and how to get to know arpeggios better. So that's it. Today we've looked at 3 ways of playing a major 7 arpeggio on the bass guitar. All right. See you again.